Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Samp&Chance Wrestling. I'm your host, Bobby Sampson, joined as always with my man with the master plan, Mr. Chance Michaels. Mr. Michaels, how you doing today, buddy?
Doing pretty good yourself.
Can't complain, man. Here we go. WrestleMania less than a month away now, I guess. We're getting clearer and clearer to what the destination looks like here. I don't know. Looks interesting, man. I mean,
Still not sold out, man. Ticket prices are too high. I'm surprised they haven't sold both nights out.
well, it was bound to happen, bro. I mean, it's too expensive. It's just way
No, I
too
know, I know.
expensive.
So hopefully this is a wake up because this should sell out. I remember WrestleMania 19. I lined up with my buddy Riptide like 6 in the morning. That thing sold in like 10 minutes. Now you can't even move these like all the tickets. So yeah, hopefully this is like you
Well,
said a
there's
wake
just
up
too
call.
many, dude. There's too many things going on in that week. Like, there's just no way people can afford this. Like, it's like the common person can't afford it. You got to be a
No,
Bitcoin millionaire, or you got to have real, pardon the term, but you really got to have fuck you money to do this.
or you rack up your credit card and you're going to pay a $2,000-3,000 debt off. Like it's just nuts to go to wrestling.
But I mean, anyone doing that, in my opinion, and I would have to say I'd be one of those guys who would be in that vote if I were to go. It sucks because it's so close. It's so attainable to go to. You know what I mean? But it just feels like they've made it so
They've
impossible.
taken it. They've. I'm not going to blame Triple H for this one. He's not the business side of it. Ari
No,
Emanuel has taken away the family event that Vince McMahon made it for many years up until he just left. He made it that way. He's taken
yeah.
that away, and so now you can't take your kid and your daughter there because it's just stuff unaffordable, and it's
Well,
crazy that
dude,
he would do that.
they're doing this lunch thing. It was with John Cena
Mm-hmm.
on one of the days, and I told you about this earlier.
Yeah, I saw that 25,000 for a bunch of them.
$25,000 per person.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what are you eating?
It'll just be I don't know whatever you want, but it's just more about meeting them. Yeah, that's crazy.
But for 25 grand? Come on, man. Like, I mean, no one's hurting for money in that company. There's nobody who's missing a payment in that company
It's
that
funny
they
because WWE and NBA are in the same boat. Both of their ratings are going down. Both the products aren't as good, but they're making money off the TV deals, off I don't know what they're making off of merchandise, whatever. But the ratings are down, the products are down, but th're making money still. So that's why they're not changing. Once you hit Ari's pocketbooks, then he'll wake up.
that's gonna hit eventually here, man. I mean, it almost feels like people need to like the fans need to take a stand against this. If there's a like we talk about the internet wrestling community and how they can change a show and how they can do
Mm-hmm.
this, then why aren't these guys clamoring about this?
Because they're so happy they're getting that indie kind of wrestling that they like and love that they don't want to say anything, even though they can't afford to go to it. I don't know.
I
It's
don't know.
crazy, dude.
Okay, so on SmackDown, we got basically the triple match set up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest, man, watching how that played out on Friday, at the moment, I like to see how this continues, but at the moment, I'm more excited about that triple threat match than I am the heavyweight title match or the John Cena match.
Because it's been a better build.
It
You got
just,
you got
but
Cody, you got Roman, and then you got Seth. There's some real heat there. It's actually a believable story. We're just forcing John to be a bad guy to go against Cody. It doesn't seem natural. Yeah, this is so far that story's been better than the John Cena Cody Rhodes story. So you're right,
quite
100%
frankly,
on
I
that.
would like to see that close the show out on Sunday night, in my
It
opinion,
won't
right now.
though,
No,
but I know.
I know, but I'm just saying right now, that's the way I'm looking at it. But I'm also looking at this card. Are we going to be a very multiple participant matches heavy on this whole WrestleMania weekend? I mean, based on what we saw last night with Bianca and Rhea and Io, as it stands right now, Bianca or Io and Rhea are going to go again next week. The winner of that will face Bianca at
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania. Now, the way I see it, that thing's going to end in a fumble. This thing's going to become a triple match. We're just going that direction, right?
It
There's
almost
just,
seems too obvious.
well, dude, there's no way you can keep Rhea off the card,
Yeah.
right? I mean, quite frankly, I don't even know why. Like, I understand it, but making this story the way they did, it was all set. Bianca versus Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
That's the match. And I can understand, like, okay, for example, when they did the triple threat with Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda, I understand because they needed to keep Ronda safe,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't think she at that time. I don't believe she was capable of pulling off a match with either one of them alone. So that makes sense. But Io is standalone, Rhea standalone, Bianca standalone. They can work well with each other. They don't need that extra adage.
I
But
thought their segment on Raw last night was way too choreographed. It seemed way too like I don't know, like a synchronized dance team. You know what I mean? They're just so like they're just kind of doing their
yeah,
parts. There was no, it was they weren't improvising. There was no emotion.
no,
There was
no, it
no
wasn't
commitment. It
natural,
was a
right? I mean,
letdown segment.
how many times are we going to see the two other ones slap you away? You know,
I
like
know,
make her
I know.
insignificant. But I mean, look, it's WrestleMania season.
I'll
It's
tell
good.
you right now, Io Sky to me is like Nakamura. I just don't think they're that great, and I don't think they're championship material. That's just me. But
No, well, and
I'd
that's
be
just
fine. I think it should just be Bianca versus Rhea. That's a money match right there. Like they tear the roof off. But throwing Io Sky in there is like throwing a curveball. So we'll see.
well, I mean, again, it's not her fault. She's just doing what she's told.
No, I don't blame her. Yeah, obviously,
Yeah,
of
right.
course.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you get to be on the card, then this is how it's going to be. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, John Cena's promo last night in Glasgow, I liked it. It was better than the one that he delivered on
The
Friday,
last one. Yeah.
right? It's so much better. Like it's becoming clear. Like you can see, this is what I'm saying. We have all this time, so we've got to.
But he's not. We're not doing anything with these guys. We're just every week. This is the third time now. He just gets in the ring and talks. He hasn't put their hands on each other. Like
Well,
why
I
isn't
mean,
it like it's like
but that's what
it's
they're
just
trying to
like
build it up to, right? I mean, they're going to
they're
build up
forcing
to.
it. It's not natural because John Cena is not a natural jerk and it's not working. He was a better promo, but it's just there's no hype. They've already fumbled the ball with this John Cena heel turn. Now it doesn't mean that much. It's just like there's no bad blood. He's not doing
I
anything
don't
bad.
know.
Yeah, he made
We'll
fun of that
see.
kid.
He made fun of the kid, but he's making fun of everybody. Now he's saying he's going to destroy wrestling for everyone. He even, took a shot at Ric Flair, which was, pretty interesting as well. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm gonna
It's
keep
too bad
watching.
because this could have been magical. Just like with the Wyatt Six, I was saying they don't know how to write this, and they've already lost the heat, and they fumbled the ball with this on John Cena heel turn. It doesn't matter what he does at WrestleMania if he wins or loses. It's kind of like Rock's not even there right now. You sold your soul to Rock. You haven't told us why you have.
Well, no,
It's
he
bad writing.
basically did. He just said that he was tired of everybody. He gave his explanation. I mean, the explanation's out there.
But
Is
where's
it
the Rock?
is it a great explanation? Maybe not. I don't know where the Rock is, but that's again.
No, you don't even need. Then they shouldn't even use him. Then there's no not needed. He's not going to be there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is the piece with the Rock. Like he shows up, he makes something happen, then you don't see the guy for fucking
Mm-hmm.
3 months.
And just to prove that, what I'm saying that this John Cena heel thing isn't that hot at all. The WrestleMania's not even sold out. I know the ticket prices are high, but if this was that hot and this amazing, we would have been sold out. And it's not. So I don't know.
Well, you're dealing with close to 70,000 seats. I mean, you're looking at $800 per seat. I mean, it just even if you're going to get Rock versus Roman, I think ticket sales would be the same. Vegas isn't cheap. It's not one of the better destinations to run a show like this, right? Like, I mean, you do it in New Orleans, you still can afford everything else around you reasonably. Vegas itself is a grip, man. I mean, the whole place is overpriced ever since the pandemic, and we saw this firsthand. I mean,
Yeah.
when we went down for the Shakur Stevenson fight, it didn't fully take effect yet. People were still selling Vegas to bring people back in, right?
Yeah.
By the third trip that I made out to there for the Benavides fight, remember when we would go off the strip and just to get our cans and stuff because it'd be like $7 cheaper than buying that can at the hotel. That last trip I made out there, man, that can was the same price as it
I
was
know
at
they've
the
caught up with the
hotel.
price. I know.
Right?
It's crazy.
So no matter where you go, if even Subway jacks her prices by $4 or $5, like everyone's jacked up there. It's not a cheap trip for anybody.
Not anymore. It's not. No, absolutely not.
I think going to WrestleMania is more expensive than going to the F1 race in Vegas.
It is.
Right? And that's insane. That's insane, man. So, and that sucks because they have complete control. And this is where they're smart. I got to give them credit where credit is due. They've taken over Vegas on the one weekend that Vegas is slowest.
Yeah, Easter weekend.
Easter weekend is the one weekend that Vegas is dead, per se.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And so they don't have anyone competing against them. They don't have anyone kind of telling them what's what. The Hall of Fame's not selling out. No one really cares about it.
It's lost his luster.
But it's not even that, dude. It's just how much it costs.
That too.
All of it, like the Fan Fest, all of this, right? Like, I mean, it's way too expensive, man.
Yeah, I was thinking myself. Everybody's saying because they haven't announced who's going to introduce Triple H in the Hall of Fame yet, right? I'm sure it'll be Michael. They haven't actually said, have they? I don't think they have. And I thought of the perfect person to introduce Triple H in the Hall of Fame himself, because he always tells us how good he is, how this is the best. This, you know what I mean? So just go in there, talk about yourself, and then duck yourself, and then we can hear your speech. I think that would be fitting for him to do that. I'm just
Well,
it's
who do we
tongue in
have?
cheek joke,
We
but
got Lex, we got Michelle McCool, and we got
earthquake and tugboat.
an earthquake and tugboat so far. I don't know, man. I mean, honestly, man,
I mean, Luger deserves it, and so does earthquake and tugboat, but it's a little too late now. They're both gone. So,
well, I mean, John
Michelle
Tenta,
McCool, absolutely not. No way she should be a Hall of Famer. That's crazy. That's ridiculous.
I mean, they got to get their female quota in there, right? So,
I guess,
but I mean, John Tenta should have been in there a long time ago.
mm-hmm.
Earthquake, maybe not
yeah.
tugboat.
Well, that's why they're putting Moon as a team because tugboat can't stand in his own. So I get it.
Well, yeah, I get it, but I mean, the natural disasters weren't really much of a tag team either. They were there for a cup of coffee. I mean, the what is it? The 15 minutes. They're 15 minutes in essence of a tag team.
The only speech I don't want to listen to Triple H. I hear him every press conference. It's the same spiel with him, right? Egomaniac. I just want to hear what Luger has to say because this story is actually interesting. He's in a wheelchair. He's trying to walk again. Elizabeth died in his hands, like beside him. So his story is it's going to be good to hear his speech. I'm sure it'd be pretty emotional for him. He deserves Luger's a Hall of Famer.
No, it's an interesting story, and I mean, respect to Luger. I mean, trying to respect to DDP, man. If anyone, if there's anyone in wrestling who should get mass accolades, it's Dallas Diamond Page, man.
Absolutely, he's a great guy. He helped a lot of people.
Outside of the ring, outside of the wrestling, he's a man of two different identities. He started wrestling late,
38,
38, right? He started late. I mean, he was the catalyst for all the change in the 90s.
Yeah, he's a good guy, good wrestler.
Everyone else did their part, but if it wasn't for him initially, and I'll say it, NWO would not have existed. None of this would have happened if it wasn't for Diamond Dallas Page initially getting the wheels in motion, bringing Scott Hall over, pumping that up, building it up to that point. So, I mean, mad respect to him. Absolutely. All right. Jay and Gunther, this is getting interesting too now because now last night on Raw, we had Jimmy telling Jay, who incidentally was his mystery tag team partner against Theory.
8 Count Down. I actually enjoyed that match. I thought it was actually not bad.
That was good. So let's just go back quickly. The initial interaction between Theory and Jay was supposed to be 11 minutes long, 12 minutes long. But because Cena took so long in the ring, they had to cut the match short. So that's the reason behind it. Apparently, there's so much heat that why did you, make Austin look so bad? So there's a lot of people out there who share the same sentiment that you did.
So what I'm saying is I feel bad for Jimmy Uso because Jay's getting all the shine, right? But Jay's is more entertaining and he's better. So too bad. It was a good tag match, which would have been longer. But I'm looking at Austin Theory and him and even Waller, they're so entertaining. They're great. They look good. They're in great shape. But you make Austin lose every week. Look at the guy. Guy's built like a Greek god. Let him beat somebody down. Let him get a win.
The problem is they clown around too much, man.
Well, that's what they're told. They got to at least.
No, I get it, but that's right? The problem. How can anyone take them seriously when they're acting, when they're totally?
I don't know why Vince took away that cell phone thing because that selfie stick was totally cocky and arrogant. I thought it was his best thing that he was doing, but he got rid of it.
I think with the lawsuits and everything, that probably caused, probably because a lot of the footage came from their selfies and making their own videos and stuff like that. So maybe that could be. I don't know. I'm just saying. Yeah. Just the optics of it. But I mean, Austin Theory. And Grayson Waller even. I mean, Waller looked amazing in NXT because he was a serious guy. You took him seriously, like, oh God, this guy's, a menace. Like he's next level. Austin Theory, same thing. When he was vicious, you took him seriously. The body, the physique, all of it kind of worked more when he was vicious. But when you get two guys, one that's really jacked and the Australian, there's a comedy act, man. And until you take that away and let them become dark, then we're going to start seeing something here, right? Like, I mean,
at least I'll say one thing. Like, at least they're on the show. They're on the show almost every week now, which is good. So something's got to give here. And I got a feeling after WrestleMania they're going to let Theory run free, give him a push. He has
what needs to happen, and they've been teasing it, like the break between the two of these guys, right? Grayson Waller keeps throwing Tyson Fury to the wolves. Grayson Waller is the natural heel here. If anything, if you look at their dynamic, you feel I feel when I watch them work, the characters, that is. I see Grayson Waller being the intelligence behind the whole thing, and keep putting Austin Theory in these situations, and it makes Theory look like he's a bit more recluse and little dim-witted,
Mhm.
unaware of what Grayson's doing constantly. Like, think
Could
about
you
it.
imagine a matchup Braun Breaker and Austin Theory? Could have two young guys in their physical prime. Let these guys, hopefully,
And
they meet one
it's
day
gonna
because they tear the
happen.
roof down.
And it's going to happen. It will happen in the next couple of years' time. This match will definitely happen. It will have some power. I think this WrestleMania showing to me a gradual transition of the guard almost. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, I mean, granted, we're getting the usual suspects in all the main spots, but I
Hmm.
think that's going to change from this WrestleMania going forward here, man. I just don't see, you know, everyone everyone that's kind of got the name is pretty much going part-time at some point here sooner than later, right?
Yeah, they're all in their 40s and late 30s.
Roman's
Yeah.
already part-time,
Hmm.
right? Punk, maybe a couple years left, maybe if that, and
If
not
that.
Seth
He
is,
looks so shaky. He's so winded when he moves around. Like he's just
yeah,
gassed out.
and Seth is probably going to go part-time at some point here too, right? So I mean, the time for the Braun Breakers, the Gunthers, and things like that, their time's coming, man. I think
Hmm.
in the next year or so we're going to start seeing more of those guys. But yeah, back to Theory. I think for him to boom out of the gate, you got to break up that team, and you got to make Theory a face first. Get
Hmm.
him over, as a serious face. Get him over because we've never seen him in that role. The closest that we saw him as a face, and you probably didn't see it because you don't watch much of the NXT, is
No,
when
I
he
don't.
was on NXT with Johnny Wrestling and Candice LeRae and those guys, right? When
Hmm.
they were one big faction down there, right? But it was more of a comedic element. He was more of a like he plays that role so well, the dumb-witted, silly fella,
Yeah, it looks like a big dumb jock, right? Well, that's
right?
fine as long as he's got something at least, right? Better than
Yeah,
having
yeah,
nothing,
yeah,
right?
exactly. But I mean, I think that's the key here for him, man. But we'll see as WrestleMania goes and where it all comes together. But yeah, man. I mean, the card's shaping up. I think there's a few more matches we still have to see. We don't know what the Intercontinental title is going to be doing. We don't know what the US title is going to be doing. Are we going to get both tag team titles on the line there? Which makes me wonder how many more multiple person matches are we going to get?
And I bet it seems like this might be the WrestleMania with most multiple person matches.
It feels like that, right? Because I mean, Breaker against who right now?
I don't
Finn?
know. Who do you think it's going to be?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there. Would it be Finn? Or would it be a triple threat between Breaker and because of
No, I don't think they can do any more triple threats. It's too many already.
yeah, but dude, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. And so would it be a four-way dance? Would it be a fatal four-way? Because I mean, you got Parka, you got Finn, you obviously Braun, and then there's a
Maybe
fourth
they'll
guy.
all go in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Maybe something like that.
Maybe I don't know. Like I mean, but Money in the Bank's got its own thing, right? So it'll be a six-person tag match or a six-person ladder match sort of a
Yeah, I
deal.
don't know.
Like I mean, that's the Intercontinental. Where does the US title sit right now? Who's the main guy? Like honestly, if you want my opinion, I would love to see Shinsuke Carmella.
No, I think that's a SmackDown match if you ask
No, no,
me.
no.
I do
But what
like
I'm saying,
Carmella, but I'm tired of Shinsuke.
no, but what I'm saying is, if you want to switch it up, because right now, who's he going to go against? What do you want to see LA Knight against him at WrestleMania again?
Against who?
Shinsuke.
I don't think he should be even be on WrestleMania. To be honest, there's so many other young guys. What is he, mid 40s now?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So why would not put a Carmelo in there, man? I mean, he's
Oh
been
yeah, I'd
right,
love to see Carmelo out there any day.
right. So we still got that the tag team titles. Are we
And
going
we're
to
gonna
see?
we're gonna get we're gonna get Orton and
Oh, we got
Owens.
Orton and Owens. Yes, we got
Hmm.
that as well. But what I'm saying
Logan
is like
Paul and AJ.
Logan Paul and AJ, yeah, probably. But what I'm saying is for the tag team titles, like on SmackDown, you got the Street Profits as tag team champions, but you got Los Lotharios, you got Pretty Deadly, you got Johnny Gargano DIY and those guys, and then you got the Motor City Machine Guns. You got four teams plus the tag team here. So what are we going to see? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense to have one team like the way they're building everything up. So like that's what I'm saying. How many multiple matches are we going to get here? Because I mean, you think about it, 2 days of Raw Mania, everyone should have a spot on that card.
Well, you don't want to make it too long either, right? They've been shortening these cards down with 4 or 5 matches, right? So I don't know, maybe they'll go 6 on Mania. I'm not sure, but you
I
don't
think
want to
Mania
you
will
don't want to
probably
just give people
6 or 7
matches for the
matches,
sake of.
man.
You also don't want to just give people a WrestleMania match for the sake of giving them a WrestleMania match. They need to earn it and deserve it. And
No,
if
no,
you
I get
haven't,
that
then you
as
sit
well.
off,
I get
right?
that as well. But I mean, so you got the Street Profits who probably need to defend. Uh who are the Raw tag team champions? The Viking guys still?
Viking Raiders, War
Okay,
Raiders.
yeah. So see, they're not even on the show. I haven't seen
Mm-hmm.
them in weeks. They're the tag team champions,
Yeah, I think yes, War Raiders. They call
right?
them War
So
Raiders now.
what are they doing? Right? Like, I mean, the New Day spends more time talking outside of the ring than doing anything in the ring.
The New Day stick. They've been there for so long. It's time to wind those guys down now. After 10 years, they've had a good run, but it's like it becomes stale. Thing about wrestling is always new and moving on to the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
thing.
Oh, no, I get it. I get it. But like I said, I think this is a transitional WrestleMania. I really do. I have a feeling it is. All right.
We thought that last year, we're using the same old guys, but
Well, I mean, I didn't think it was going to happen last year. I thought, we still have a lot of stuff that needs to be done here with all the injuries, this and that. But I think, if this move to Netflix didn't happen, and if they didn't give us everything they did on that first episode of Raw in January, this would be a very different looking WrestleMania, in my opinion.
yeah.
But because they gave us a lot of it already in January,
Well, we're going to see. We're going to get Drew's got to have a match, but is Drew and Damien? Or is that we're going to see?
oh yeah, Damien and
Drew.
Damien and Drew are going to go at it again, and they're taking flack. Well, why is that a match at Mania? I mean, come on, like it is what it is. I mean, that's a
Well,
second or third match.
Drew's one of the best they got, so he has to be on Mania. You have to.
Yeah, I get it, but I mean, the story builds itself. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Damien, since last WrestleMania, Mania to Mania, that story has built itself quietly.
Yeah.
Who screwed him out of the championship? Damien.
Drew. Yeah. Well, Drew.
Right?
Yeah, Damien screwed Drew out. Yeah.
Right from that get-go onwards, and then they built it up. He screwed him out of the Royal Rumble. He screwed him out. Well, he didn't screw him, but he beat him at the Royal Rumble. Then he beat him, pinned him clean at Elimination Chamber. So I mean, the story is there. This guy's like, his poison.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that match. I'm not, it is
Yeah,
what
me
it
too.
is.
It's two big boys that can hit hard and work hard. And that's how I like it.
No,
So
for
that
sure.
should be a good match.
The Tiffany Stratton Charlotte Flair match. I mean, they're hyping it up so much. I hope it lives up to the hype. I mean, you know what I mean?
They could pull it off.
The build-up's been great. I've
Yeah.
loved it, right? And I love the build-up for all the matches. Don't get me wrong. I'm okay with everything that I've seen. But that being said, this triple threat match, which only started taking shape last Friday, has got my attention more, like I said at the top of the show, has my attention more than all the other matches right now because it's just exciting. It looks good. Like just the way it's coming together.
You know what I was thinking? Like John Cena, he does have heat, but he doesn't have that much heat like you would think. Why doesn't somebody like a good guy come out there, like an R-Truth, and just have John Cena beat the crap out of everybody loves R-Truth, right?
What did I say to you?
Yeah, why not do something like that? Make people hate John.
That's what I said
to you. Baseball bat to R-Truth.
Exactly what I said. Exactly what I said. I said to you last week, what would have made that segment work really, really well in Belgium, on Friday, would have had this backstage segment of him beating up R-Truth, who's his biggest fan.
Mm-hmm. Or do it in the middle of the ring. Have R-Truth come down and praise him and just kick his ass.
Maybe they will once they get backstage side. Right?
I think all we're going to see is John Cena to cut some promos.
I don't know, man. Well, they got to touch eventually, right? They will touch eventually.
No, they might. I don't know. I got a feeling Triple H and Connor doing the old school style where you don't touch
what I'm saying. Just keep it entice, right? I get what you're saying. All right, on to AEW very quickly. Edge had his rematch. He lost, and it looks like Dax is turning on his best friend.
Sorry, yeah. The hottest story in AEW right now is the spot John Moxley took.
Yeah.
We got those spikes in the back. That was legit. He pulled out. So it's 50-50. Some people are saying, yeah, he's like the new Mick Foley. He's sadistic. He's in these death matches. And some people are loving it. And other people are like, oh, this isn't wrestling. You hate it. Be honest with you, I don't mind it. If you're just going to be that, if he's going to be that guy, let him be that guy. That was a hardcore spot, though.
But dude, visually, it was not appeasing. Honestly, and I get what you're saying, and he has been a hardcore guy before he was even.
He's always been that way, kind of.
Dean Ambrose. He's been like that forever, right? I mean, early on in his career, he was mentored by Mick Foley in a lot of ways. right? If people don't know that, like,
So it's like everybody's hating on John majority, yet we praise Mick Foley with a guy doing the same stuff. His teeth came through his nose and he got thrown off the cage. He got
but you got to
slammed on one.
also look at the generation here that we're
Mm-hmm.
dealing with. Okay, we come from a generation of guys
Mm-hmm.
and girls that,
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say our generation of women are tougher than the generation of the women that are here now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
100%. Right? These women would beat the shit out of the guys
Yeah.
of you know, uh Gen what are they? Gen Z and millennials?
Millennials now, not even millennials in their 30s now. Now it's the other gen below. I think it's Generation Y or whatever they call it now.
Well, it's alpha.
Millennials are old now.
Yeah, our kids are alpha.
Is that what they call them?
Yeah, our children are Generation Alpha. And the beauty of Generation Alpha is a lot of them are being raised by Gen Xers,
Yeah.
right? So there's a lot of faith in this generation of people coming up that things will start to go back to, more,
Yeah.
I don't know what's the word,
Regular, normal.
logical
Yeah.
thought
Common
processes,
sense.
common sense. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for, right? Because I mean, think about it. After Generation X, millennials, and this Generation Z people, they're just weak people. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They,
Oh,
they
yeah.
they could be physically strong, but they're all weak in the head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Majority of them, not all
I
of
had
them.
no problem with Moxley spot if that's what he wants to do, and I'm not hating on it. Like,
Yeah,
is it
but
the kind of
like
wrestling
I
I
said,
like? No, but once in a while, that's all right. I don't
no, no,
mind
it's
it.
okay once in a while. I get it, right? But just that visual itself, like again, I'm not a gore guy myself generally. Like, if there's any movies, I can tell you that I've seen, so many movies, but I don't like horror films. I just
Yeah, I
don't
don't like
like
horror
that
films
gore.
either. But like, we used to love a hardcore match in the Attitude Era. We'd love one, right? So
Yeah.
maybe AEW is trying to bring that back. One hardcore match per show per pay per view is not a bad thing,
See,
depending how you do it.
when we saw the hardcore stuff, man, honestly, think about it. It wasn't in our face all the time. It was
Yeah,
special, right? It's like the attraction that you talk about, like almost or these kind of guys, right?
yeah, Lesnar, yeah,
Like these hardcore style matches, this style of match is a treat, right? Like,
yeah,
but I mean, if AEW keeps giving it to us continuously, then it's not going to, hold the weight,
yeah.
right? The other thing is these matches are only justified when you reach a certain pinnacle in your career. Guys at the bingo hall should not be having these matches.
Oh no, 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 no. Did you see what happened in the UK?
No, tell me.
I don't know what his name is. I just read the article yesterday when I was prepping for the show, and some guy, some whatever his name was, and his kid were wrestling each other. He took jumper cables, like car batteries, got zapped, and people, and he got it off right away. He's like, he was shocking his dad. I'll send you the article, and people
On the
are outraged
nipples?
by it. Huh?
On the nipples?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But I mean, the things people
that
will
hurts.
yeah, no, and that hurts. But I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to get that moment out there to get the
And
name
this
out
guy's
there.
like the
So
king of the
people,
death match over. There's just some old guy, you know what I mean? Like
no, I get
local
it,
stuff,
get it,
but
I get it. But I mean, those shock moments at that level, like I mean, you're heavily involved in the indie scene here.
mm-hmm.
How many of those guys? This is their only source of income.
What?
Sorry, out of all the guys that you associate with here on the local scene,
Mm-hmm.
how many of them, if any, have wrestling as their only source of income?
One or two, man. Very rare. And
If that.
those guys only come around once every couple months.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. So I mean, no, but their only source of income, they don't have a second job.
Yeah,
Most of
there's
these
only a
guys,
couple
most of
guys
these
that do
guys
that.
have a forklift job or a warehouse job or a desk job. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
they all have real jobs. Yeah, yeah. There's one or two guys that we bring
Wasn't
out
that
once in a while.
Fast Freddy Funk the guy, the receptionist or the cashier at the gift shop at the hospital?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, they all have regular jobs. Yeah,
So that's what I'm saying. So I mean, there's no justification to put your body on the line like that when you got to go to work Monday morning.
you wouldn't think so. Some of these guys are so crazy in the head; they just embodied their gimmick and their persona. They can't turn it off.
Young
So,
enough, if you're young enough, I think that window is between 18 and 25,
mm-hmm.
as far as I'm concerned. If you're gonna do stupid, crazy moves and spots like that, do it at that age because that's when you're gonna get noticed and you have an opportunity to go up.
Yeah, if you haven't made it by your 30s, unless you're a rarity like a Diamond Dollar Page, it's not going to
Yeah, yeah. No, you're not. And then you're just creating more problems for yourself,
happen. Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, how can you like say Moxley was an indie guy and that move happened? How the fuck could that guy go to work one day morning?
He's not.
That's what I'm saying,
I know. Yeah, no.
right?
Moxie's a tough guy, man. People are hating on it. I don't mind it. I'm fine with it. If that's what he wants to do, I want to see it all the time. It was pretty gory, but hey, man, it's got us talking about. It's got some buzz.
No, it
Finally,
does. It
they're starting to get
does.
a little bit of buzz again. The ratings aren't great, 600,000 people. They're getting a little bit of buzz.
No, they
Just
are. So
something.
let me ask you about Copeland here, man. Jim Cornette said recently, and I just want to bring this up to get your opinion that he should not have gone to AEW, according to him. He's saying by going there, he's pretty much, wrecked his legacy.
No, I
Like,
don't agree with that.
no. Meaning wise, like he didn't need to go there. He didn't
No,
need to do any of that. Like he should have just ended with WWE, finished it off. His name would still be bigger. If anything, he's lost some of his name recognition in essence.
maybe a little bit. It's kind of like a rock and roll band or a rapper. They keep making albums, and their newest albums aren't usually as good as what in their prime. Kind of the same thing here, right? He's had a lot of hits. He's still cranking out decent albums. He puts on some decent matches. He just loves the wrestle, wants to be involved. So I don't agree with Cornette on that. If you want to do it and you're still capable, I mean, last match he didn't do very good. He looked sluggish, but before that he's been pretty good. So
Yeah.
I don't think he tarnishes legacy much. He's still a Hall of Famer. When Ed retires in 10 years from now, we're not going to think much about his AEW stuff. We're going to talk about WWE stuff mostly.
Well, that's
I
what
don't
they're
really have
saying.
a
I
problem
think
with it.
that's
I
the
get
point
what
they're
Cornette's saying. He
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
need to do it at all.
yeah.
But
All right. I think we kind of covered it all here, man.
pretty much, yeah.
I think the main theme of the show was how stupid this event is costing. Like,
Well,
just
it's not sold out, so hopefully they start. Maybe Ari will
dude,
realize they got to bring more.
Mania's not sold out. Raw's not sold out. SmackDown's not sold out. Nothing is sold out. Nothing they have advertised is sold out.
All they
Nothing.
have to do is lower the prices, and that thing will sell like that.
Dude, they just allow the regular people in, allow the real fans in, allow the people who really want to cheer in there,
Yeah.
right? Like, I mean, that's the key. You want to make this fun, you want to make WrestleMania cool, then you need to have those people in that stadium.
You have to have the regular fan in there.
My
Absolutely.
only fear, if it's not raining that weekend in Vegas and that stadium's open, it's going to be dead in there.
Mm-hmm.
Just the sound is going to be dead because it's missing the fans.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? This is good news for AEW because their shows are affordable. You can get into Dynamite $60, $70, $100, right? And that is good. You can take mom and dad and grandma and
No,
grandpa
you
and your aunt and
can,
uncle.
but the problem with that is
It's
no
not
one
as good of
goes.
a product, but at least you can get
But
in the
nobody
door.
goes.
I
It's
know,
so
but that's the thing.
cool.
So if they can start getting a little
I
more
feel
buzz and
bad.
doing a little better shows, they might get a little traction.
Collision was in Vancouver. I didn't go.
My kid went. Yeah,
Right,
because
right.
I want to watch Lomachenko, but he said it was a good time.
No, but
Flowed
that's what I'm
well.
saying. We should have gone.
Mm-hmm.
We should have gone to that show. But what I'm saying is just like it's so affordable. Yes, you're right.
Thanks for saying that. I was going to say, why doesn't Tony Khan hammer this out? Professional wrestling, great wrestling, affordable for the whole family. Start driving that home, buddy. Start hitting that so people realize, wait a minute, this is too overpriced. This isn't as good, but for $60 each, we're going to go here. Why doesn't he? You got to hammer that home.
Honestly,
Let us know it's affordable.
What I want to see, and it's a pipe dream, but I want to see Vince and Shane walk out on that stage, man.
Well, that would set the world on fire. You want to talk
We're
about real
taking
heels?
over. You want a new war in wrestling? You want to put Ari and Triple H on their heels and shit? We better fix this now.
Boss man's back.
Like, but with the other side.
Yeah, I know.
And I think that would be awesome.
Even just have Shane come out there because Shane's is doing what Vince is telling him, right? So,
Rob, he's got the team in place. He's got his camera guys in place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he was starting a production company, I don't see why he would need WWE cameramen.
Yeah.
That understand, everything he's doing. Where do these balloons come from?
No idea.
Okay, great. We got balloons.
Yeah, happy birthday.
But ultimately, let's see if we can do this again. Balloons. No.
Yeah. All Tony Khan has to do is just even bring Shane in and call him a general manager, and he can start taking shots at Ari and Triple H. Get some heat going, man. Let's get up because you're not getting anybody watching your shows.
Even Shane running it would be better than anyone they have back there.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And Shane, and I'm not, taking anything away from Shane, but he'd be one of the last guys that I would have run WWE. You know what I mean? But it's just
yeah, but he's still better than anybody got at AEW.
Right. So, I mean, I would love, maybe this is what we're going to get. Maybe we get Vince coming out there, man, and taking it over. If anyone's going to take it over, it could be him.
Dude, that's at the Red Net Wrestling. That's at the Wrestling World on Fire.
right? And
Yeah.
then you attach the Death Riders to him,
Mm-hmm.
right? Moxley and Shane have a great history.
Mm-hmm.
They had a great feud. They've had some great matches.
Tony Khan has potential to do a lot of good stuff with things around him. He's just not able to understand it. I don't know what his deal is.
If he relinquishes his ego a bit and just allows something like this to happen, he'll be laughing. He
Mm-hmm.
will need Dad's money,
Mm-hmm.
right?
But even Shane is a general manager of Dynamite just to shake things up a little bit. You get him on the air, get him McMahon on the other side. That buzz that creates. You know what I mean?
But with Edge,
Yeah.
they got great history. They're good friends.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know,
Shane's they all say he's a likable guy. He's easy going. He's not like Dad, right? He's more chill.
he's more chill, but I mean, business is business. But I really feel that you can put these two guys together. There's so many good things that can come out of this right now, man. So let's just fingers crossed.
See what happens.
But we keep saying production company, but I think he's going to do something in wrestling here in the next year.
You never know with Vinnie Mac. You never know. He's
That's what I'm
not going
saying.
away. That's one thing I do know.
No, he's not going away. Plus, I mean, he's showing himself more. Again, if he didn't want to be seen, he wouldn't have let them take his picture at the Knicks game.
Yeah, he knows. He knows.
He knows what he's doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
He keeps going to Knicks games and
Yeah.
Giants games, right? So he's a New
Yeah.
York guy. So he keeps showing up at these events. He's not hiding from anybody.
No.
So, I mean, something's coming, man. Something is coming,
I hope so.
right? All right, brother, man. It's time to stretch. Let's get this day started and get out of here. My name, Bobby Sampson. His name, Mr. Chance Michaels.
And in the words of the great ACDC, those that download, like, and subscribe to the podcast, we salute you. ACDC, April 22nd at BC Place. They're going to blow the roof off that place. Can't wait.
Yeah. Hopefully the weather's good. They'll have the roof open so they don't break the roof.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, side note here, isn't that the worst investment I've ever seen here in Vancouver?
I know. Silly.
What did he spend? $500-600 million on this retractable roof, and only the littlest portion of the hole in the center opens.
I know. They should have had I know, it's silly.
Right. But anyways, let's see how it plays out. Looking forward to that. That should be a real fun show. I'm so excited for the show because they probably have run the show a few times now. We could probably find the concert on YouTube or something just to see what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even doing that. I just want to go there, sit down, and be surprised.
And we know this is it. We're never seeing them again. They're never going to come across the way this way again. Not at this age. This is it. They're not saying that, but this is it.
You never know. But I mean, I think a lot of fans and some good friends of ours, huge ACDC fans, right?
Oh yeah.
Far more than we would ever be.
Oh yeah.
And they thought that was the last time. So
yeah, it's true. You never know.
You never know with these guys, man. I mean,
just finished listening to the Brian Johnson audio book, and he said an interesting quote in there. He said, and he's in his mid-70s now and still singing those hard songs. He goes, the best thing in the world I love doing is touring around the world and getting on stage and rocking the fans. He said, ACDC is all or nothing, which guess what? We give it our all or we don't come out.
No, dude, think about it. You look at these older rockers now, okay? Mm-hmm. Rolling Stones, ACDC, if they stop touring, they'll get old.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they keep going, right?
I look at like my grandfather. Until he actually realized he was retired and that was it. Mm-hmm. Even after he retired, he was still moving and grooving and doing his thing.
Yeah.
My grandfather is now 96 years old.
Wow.
But in the last 2 years, his heart and his mind have accepted retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Now he looks 97.
Yeah, you're right. Once you stop moving at that age, you don't get it back.
You know what I mean?
Keep moving, guys, as much as you can.
Like, I almost feel that retirement is a death sentence.
If you sit on the couch and do nothing, your mind and body fade. If you stay active, it's okay.
I'll be honest, man. I'm not getting close to retirement, but it's on the horizon to a certain extent. I'm excited. I was like, fuck yeah, man. I'm just gonna sit on a park bench and just watch the world go by. Right. Yeah. But the reality of it is, I think that only lasts, and just as based on the people I've seen, that's enjoyable for the first 2 months.
Then the novelty wears off.
Then the novelty wears off. Like, what the hell am I doing? Right. And that's why you see so many uncles and older generation people working at the Walmart, man.
Exactly.
Because they need something.
Keep it.
It's not even a job. It's just something to do.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to build Samp&Chance up so that when we do get to that retirement age, we have this to do.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't get much better than this, dude.
No, 100%. All right, guys and gals, Bobby Samp&Chance Michaels, ACDC, April 22nd. Guys, faith, patience, and hard work. Please try it. It's really easy.
It works.
It really is easy. The hardest part is the hard work.
Exactly.
Even that's not hard if you're passionate about what you're doing. And that's the key here. If you're passionate about whatever you're trying to achieve, it never is hard work.
Well said.
Right? So, guys, girls, keep grinding, keep working. Forget the naysayers, forget the people who don't believe in you. And yeah, man, the world is yours. Samp and Chance are out.